Hi everybody. So I have been trying to film this video project for a while now, a few weeks. I actually started at the end of last year, and then at the beginning of the year I had some personal news that was really kind of difficult to deal with. So I've been processing that for a while, and I definitely wanted to start on this again, and have been stressed, of course, with the pandemic and things like that, like everybody else in the world. But you know what? We really need to, we just need some fun and some things that we can focus on besides the economy and people being sick. So basically I decided to just do this, and I have tried to film it in numerous locations to no avail, because there's always a problem with lighting, or I was going to do it outside and I had a rooster chasing me. Vicious. Ow! Shoot! This is going to be a show about VR, but it's also going to be very real. I think people need that and want that and hopefully enjoy that. Life isn't perfect, and sometimes it's difficult, so we just have to do the best we can. There are a lot of great developers out there, people doing wonderful things in VR. As we've seen, we've been able to use VR for education and virtual meetings. There are a lot of things we can use it for while the pandemic is going on and after. As a matter of fact, if we already had headsets in schools and we already had headsets in homes, we wouldn't be having the issues we're having right now with finishing the school year or doing meetings or any of the things we have, even socialization, because many of us socialize in VR, and so that's a really exciting thing. We already have our friends there, so we can go in there and hang out. I feel bad for people who don't have that resource, but if you can get a headset and start hanging out in some of the social programs, that would be fantastic. And we have people who are in there to welcome you, who do programs in social VR, and it's a really great resource, and it's just a lot of fun. So it can help you emotionally. There are also a lot of activities going on to help you with your health and fitness right now. There are quite a few of them, and games that will help you to stay fit while you're at home and not being able to go to your gyms and places like that. Many of us use VR for fitness all the time. So I'm going to start out with Skydance Interactive's The Walking Dead, and I have tried to get through this, or at least the first day, a few times now, and this is what happened the first 4 times I tried.
Give it a ponder, tourist. You just might be what this sinking city needs.
Oh dear.
Head above water.
Oh no.
But then again,
Okay, I don't like this.
maybe you're the type to pull
This
the
is,
whole godforsaken place under.
I think, where I made it before. I'm gonna have to close my eyes. Okay, that's enough. Nope, I'm done.
Despite that experience, I finally managed to convince myself to go back into day 1.
Alright, how do I know where to go? I'm afraid to look anywhere. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ugh. Gosh. Ooh, ooh. Alright, here we go. It's the creepiest game. Oh no. Oh no. Why would this be anybody's hideout unless he's insane? Because I'm not sure he's dead. Oh my. Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay, is he a bad one? Oh. Oh. Maybe this is a hideout. Oh no. I did it! Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. I finished the first task. Oh gosh, I don't even want to read the paper. I'm so scared. Okay. Wow, that's great. Man, look at that. I love this crouch button. Okay, way to go, Skydance. Oh, how do I get... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm injured, apparently. Ah! Backpack on. Bandage on. Oh, it's so clean, too. Although she sounds like she's enjoying that bandage a little too much. All right, let's see here. This game is from a friend of mine from Echo. Shoot. Ha! Got it. Okay. Okay, come on, come on. You got it. Oh, shoot. Ah. Okay, that's good. That's good. Come on, come on. Ah. Always miss them. Aha! Alright, let's glide. Oh, yes, that was perfect. Come on, get that one. Oh, I'm getting better. Oh, come on, finish line. Finish line. Oh, come on, you got it. Ah! Oh, shoot. Oh, Dad, burn it. I burst open my donkey.
In this next little segment, I'll be interviewing the lead developer from Ready at Dawn, and they are working on bringing Echo Arena to the Oculus Quest. I've actually played that in the alpha, and it looks really fantastic. So he has some good information to share. I hope you guys enjoy that.
Yeah, sure. David Neubelt, as you said, Ready at Dawn. I'm a lead for the Echo VR project. I've been there since the beginning. You know, I touch everything from programming to design. You'll probably see me on the Discord as Rad David N, or maybe me in pub matches, or failing spectacularly in competitive league. So that's a bit about me.
Yeah, because you're playing on a team this season, right?
Yeah, we're playing. It's a bunch of old farts, you know. Me, Gygasm, Fair. We also have White Dragon on it, who's awesome. He's our one of our senior QA guys. He's been on Echo Arena forever. But yeah, it's been fun.
That's great.
We're not super good, but we're having fun.
That's all right. That's the point, right? To have fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
So right now you're having testing for Echo VR on the Quest, and how's that going?
Oh, it's fantastic. Way better than I expected. Our first round of testing, we had a bunch of players that have been playing competitively or since the beginning. The type of players that really know the game inside and out. They know all the nuances of the game. And I think the best piece of feedback I've heard so far was it doesn't feel like I'm playing Echo VR for the Quest. It feels like I'm playing Echo VR. Yeah. And that's how I know that we're on the right track.
So the competitive scene that you mentioned just a minute ago, you're on a team. Do you think that there will be a time whenever players on the Oculus Quest will be able to compete directly with PC VR users?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started working on the game, or the port that is, from the very beginning we wanted the game to play like Echo VR on the Rift. We designed it from being cross compatible in the very beginning. We didn't want people to play Echo VR Quest and Echo VR Rift and be in a lobby together and say, oh, that's a Rift user, that's a Quest user. We just want everyone in a lobby together and be like, hey, I'm with my fellow Echo units. And we didn't want a Quest user to feel like they're not as good as a Rift user because they have a disadvantage one way or the other. So we've worked really hard on smoothing out all those issues. We've worked with Oculus, their internal tracking team. I don't know if you've noticed, Hasko, but you can take the disc. Do you have a Rift S or just a Rift?
I have the CV1, the S, and the Quest.
Okay, so
I
you
have
have
the
the
S,
S.
yes.
So something that we worked hard on the Quest is you can take the disc and you can put it behind your back,
Right.
and hide it, and then you can keep it out of the tracking view, and you can throw it, and it'll go in the direction you expect it to. That's something that we've iterated a lot with Oculus on to make that feel really good on the Quest. So I think to answer your question, will people be able to play competitively together? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was good. I don't even know if I mentioned it in the Discord, but I actually went in because I've had a little bit of trouble playing on the S with in the chair, because I play seated. And so when my hand goes down below the chair, it's not just a body issue, the actual chair, it doesn't pick it up. But when I'm playing on the Quest, I've been playing seated and I'm not having that issue at all. So
That's awesome.
Obviously,
that's great to
yeah,
hear.
it is. It's great. Yeah, I've put the disc behind me, below me, everywhere, and also tried to punch people specifically that are in odd locations, in conjunction with my body where my hand has to go. And so far, I haven't had any problem with it not working.
Yeah, and I've also seen a lot of players too, on the first day that have been playing competitively, and they're in there and they're hitting half court shots all the time. And so I think it's clear that yes, people are going to be good at the game on Quest, and I think they're going to hang with the Rift players, no problem.
Yeah. So some people are wondering if you think that there'll be a time when we have when we actually can go out of our homes again and we're not quarantined from a pandemic. Do you think that we will see tournaments begin to come out with specifically on the Quest or for the Quest?
That's an interesting question. I think on one hand, in the 90s, people would grab their PCs and they'd drag them to LAN events like DreamHack, and they'd all sit up and bring their own networking switch and power together and play games. I think this, 2020, people are going to be bringing their Quests, and they're going to set up in a parking lot or a gym. And they're all going to play together. And so I do see some of this kind of grass movement gamer, just like, hey, let's get together and compete. I also see, I see Rift players still bringing their PCs or, going to these events because they want the 90 hertz or whatever the Rift PCR works. But from our standpoint, we're making Echo VR. We're not making Echo VR Quest or Rift. We're making Echo VR. So I think it'll be up to the community to decide, how it shakes out.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Because we were talking about that, Lemon and some others, and Boop and some of us were talking about that. And for viewers watching, that's some of the high-ranking community members that have played for a while who have been interested in the competitions and tournaments. And so some of us were having a discussion about that, about how it's exactly what you said. Maybe on a local level, people would get together with the Quest, but the game plays just like it does normally for us. Like we can go in there and just play it and enjoy the game. So I think that it can be interchangeable as far as what we have competitions on. So
yeah, I mean, I could imagine even mixed, platform teams. Like, you go to an event and they have a stage set up, and some people want to use their PCVR setup, the Rift setup, Rift S, and then some people want to use their Quest because that's what they're more comfortable with. And hopefully, if we do our job well, it's going to come down to personal preference and not necessarily, this platform gives an edge over that platform.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Speaking of personal preference, not everybody wants to play Echo or any other VR game competitively. And so how do you as a developer work with the community to try to ensure that the game is a good experience for not just the competitive players, but the casual players as well?
Right. Yeah. I would say early 2019, we were looking at our metrics and analytics, and we saw that brand new players coming into the game, their they're struggling. We're losing retention at that level. So we spent, a lot of 2019 developing our new player experience, our tutorials, our versus AI mode, things like that, to really kind of foster new players in. And we kind of see the community as segregated into like 3 groups, which is like the new players, and then our casual core, level 5s through level 50, who aren't necessarily competitive players, and then the competitive players, the people that are the hardcore, the dedicated. And so we feel like we've made a good bit of progress on that first group. So I think that the next stage, 2020, looking forward, we're going to really focus on that casual core and build features for them.
Yeah, that's great. And so you also have plans to do a 4v4 pubs in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, so we're doing that. We're doing that in terms of looking if we can make better matchmaking experiences. We were going to ship combat 3v3, and then we did some tests 4v4 before we shipped, and we found that it made matchmaking easier. It was easier to balance the teams. A single person, like if you take a 1v1, for example, one person on the other team or yourself, you contribute everything to that game. When you go to 2v2, your partner is relying solely on you.
Right.
When you go to 3v3, your contribution doesn't matter as much. And similar in 4v4, your contribution, if you're not the best player in the game, you can still contribute, but you don't pull the whole team down. So it makes matchmaking easier. So what we're hoping is we see something similar to combat, where we get better, more fair games with a 4v4. So that we're doing the experiment now on the Rift to see how that goes, and then we'll continue doing these experiments in our alphas and our betas and continue collecting feedback. And if everything goes well, we'll go 4v4. If it's better 3v3, we'll go 3v3. So we'll see what the data and the users have to say. Yeah, well, most of the lobby, the combat training area, they won't be able to get into that, but the rest of the lobby, they'll be able to play in.
And do you have any plans at some point to bring combat onto the Quest?
Well, right now, we're mostly focused on getting the arena on Quest Out and Lone Echo. We're still committed to Echo VR, the whole game, the community, the Rift, including combat, their community. In fact, it's really exciting to kind of see them band together recently with their Flamingo League. Like that's been it's been a huge effort, and it's we've seen a lot of traction and life built into the game from the community themselves. So I think they just finished their stage 1 finals today or this weekend.
Right.
So we're trying to get the Quest out. We want to see the Quest out for Arena. We want to see how the Quest community reacts to Echo VR, because we're always evaluating our options, right? So we'll see what the future holds.
Yeah, actually, speaking of combat, I went in the other night and played for 2 or 3 hours with those guys in 5v5s. We did private matches. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I need to get in on that too.
Yeah, you need to come join us. I think that it's pretty much every night. Your time, I think it's like 8 or 9 o'clock, but Pacific time. So anybody can join. It's just on the Discord. And I would really recommend. I'll include a link to the Discord. I'll put it up here on the screen in a minute. But basically, people should join the Discord and follow the social media, because a lot of things happen on there that people want to know about. And so if they're on there, they'll find out right away. Do you have a general timeline about when you can expect all the testing to be finished and the game released on the Quest?
Well, it's been interesting with Reddit's on Oculus, Keywords, which is our external QA. We've all had to switch to a work from home. So it's been a lot of pivoting. Normally, we probably have a date locked in. But because of the circumstances, we are trying to pivot a little bit and be a little more transparent with the community. So we have different stages of testing that we're going through, and we want to tell how people can contribute to that. So like right now, we're in our first phase of testing, and then we're moving on to the second phase with the casual core. So like if you're level 5 to 50 that you've played Rift before, you can join in, and if you are that'll be like public matchmaking. After that, we go into a closed beta phase, which is we're going to expand that to anyone, even if you've never played Rift before, as long as you've signed up. We'll try to get you into the closed beta. So that's going to include the tutorials, the versus AI, the new player experience. So we're really, and crossplay as well. So during that phase, Rift players are going to start to see, Quest players coming into their games.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, but to answer your question specifically, no, I don't have a date, but we're going to try to do our best at being more open about what phase of testing we're in, so the community can kind of follow along and see the game get built with us.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I think people are enjoying that and being in the beta, so that's great. All right, and do you have anything to add? Sometime we need to do another interview. I like to hear about your story about how the game got started and stuff. So your ideas on how you formed it and all. So I think we should do that again sometime. That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be, I'm sure.
All right, do you have anything else to add?
No, I mean, I just hope to see more players, sign up, join us, and I hope to see everyone playing game. Cool.
That sounds good. Well, I think after I finish this interview and click off record or unrecord, I'm going to go hop in myself. So thanks a lot for doing the interview, David, and hope you have a great afternoon.
Yeah, thank you as well.
Nice. Good job. Okay, good job. I'll get him if you give me a second. Oh. Watch out, there's...
I said this guy's murking. Oh. This guy, you mean girl? Girl. What's a girl?
For the next episode, I already have an interview with Lisa Watts and Louisa Spring. These are great ladies. We sat down one evening and had a talk with just the ladies, just chatting about things going on in VR and the industry and fitness, health and fitness. So that was pretty cool. I will share that next time. And hopefully I will have a shelf behind me because I've had some recommendations and tips from different people about how I need to do the setup. I don't need a rooster attacking me, so there aren't any roosters in the house. Actually, we do have a chicken in the house, but that's only because she gets abused by the rooster and she needs to lay her egg in a special box. So I won't have the chicken in this room, though. As a matter of fact, I have a bunch of pictures with really cool people. So maybe I'll get all those pictures and stick them on the wall behind me and stick some on the duct while I'm at it.
Would you like to exit the combat tutorial?
Oh dear. I'm sorry. Oh, he's a different man.
We've seen all there is to see.
Let's see if they're all different. He's a different man. Okay, this is violent. And I'm a bad aim, apparently. Oh, what if I go in here and shoot them? Ah!